Here on The Colour of Country Life, we're speaking with Dan Frost-Foster. He is the Operations Manager at the National Retailers Association. Dan, how are you doing?
Yeah, very well, thanks, Ricky. And yourself?
I'm great. I know it's been a big challenge for our retailers across the country, including in regional Australia. How are our retailers coping across the country? We've had the COVID-19 and related restrictions. I guess I'm sure we are, by and large, still struggling to get out of the impact of all of those on business.
Yeah, retailers over the last couple of years have really felt the brunt of it. We found that retailers, especially the shop workers, are the frontline essential services quite a lot. And at the moment, we're still feeling the impacts of that COVID to get back to a normal life.
The Reserve Bank has been pushing up interest rates. Is it proving a bit of a blunt tool for our retailers?
Look, it is. This increase of interest rates is a no-win solution for businesses especially, but also for consumers.
The NRA has described what the bank is doing is something of trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. I mean, where do we need to try and get to, I guess, in terms of inflation or just in terms of controlling the cost of doing business for our small businesses?
Look, at the end of the day, the RBA is trying to control the demand. But when the demand is keeping small businesses afloat in terms of consumer spending, we've noticed that there's an increase in consumer spending on essential items and groceries and fuel, but there's also been a softening of discretionary items and non-essential categories. And so we just want the RBA to consider this before just raising the interest rates for the next little while. If anything, the demand seems to be keeping businesses afloat. You can't cripple the consumer and stop them from boosting the economy. It's what's holding the industry together at the moment.
And when it comes to, I guess, the Reserve Bank, in a sense, that's the only tool it's kind of got to try and dampen inflation. But inflation is also being felt by our retailers, I gather, because they can't necessarily pass on the full cost of business to consumers.
No, that's absolutely correct. Retailers have a number of costs: wages, rents, electricity, stock, as well as supply issues and stuff like that to compete with, and with the RBA putting these increases up as well, it's just another blow to the retailers.
So I guess, and that's a business cost as well, the cost of servicing your finance as well as a retailer. But is there a preferred approach the National Retailers Association would like to see, the Reserve Bank or the federal government able to take to try and control inflation?
Well, I mean, there are many other factors to be considered, like the housing prices, rental costs as well, energy costs, grocery prices are rising. The fuel excise is set to be increased at the end of the month as well. So we're just looking for some reprieve and gradual stagnation. We understand that inflation is occurring and measures do need to be taken. We just don't think that this is the right approach.
All right, well, we'll see where the bank goes. We've got another meeting in a week or so, whether they jack up interest rates again. And hopefully in the broader policy settings, we'll find out whether our federal and state political counterparts are interested in offering some assistance, say, in the federal budget as well.
We can only hope, Ricky.